What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we've got some breaking news just coming out today that another member of Congress has tested positive for the pandemic. That's in addition to the president and also Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest, and also we're hearing that the president right now, he's boasting about gas prices coming down, saying that he is on track with this plan for the economy. Yet we're hearing that his approval rating, it's still pretty low. It's not looking too good. Now, we're going to be hearing from the White House Chief of Staff, who's saying they're well aware of the fact that midterm elections are coming up, and in order for them to get back on track, they have got to pass more legislation, provide more provisions, and deal with the state of the economy to help out the American people. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest. We've got a ton of video footage and breaking news. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, first off, take a look at the headlines, you guys. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin tests positive for the pandemic. West Virginia Senator who is 74, who has thwarted Joe Biden on key policy goals. He has fully vaccinated, but he has tested positive and he has mild symptoms. So you guys, I'm going to give you the video footage, the latest update as he has contracted it, and this could throw a wrench into things as we have things slow down with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, and now Manchin has contracted it, and now we're hearing that it's probably going to slow things down a little bit as well. So this is just causing even more delays. Now, Joe Manchin said that he didn't want to move on any legislation anyways until the new CPI readings have come out for the month of July to see where inflation stands. Now, we will see if this delays things even further. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, take a look at the headlines coming out, you guys. Biden, he's boasting about gas prices dropping below $4.50 per gallon. And they're saying that in the month of July, to see prices coming down, that's not something you see very often. However, they're saying his approval is still really low. And they're asking the question, well, why? And maybe it has something to do with the fact that 80% of the American people right now say the number one concern for the White House, the Congress, should be the state of the economy. And there's all these other pieces of legislation going on, all this money going out for other things, and people are saying, what about direct assistance payments to the American people? Let me know your thoughts. If they sent out a $2,000 stimulus check, would that cause you to change your mind about maybe voting for Democrats or the president? Let me know your thoughts, you guys, but they're saying that more needs to be done and it's going to be on the way. They're well aware of it, and they're saying that they know it needs to be done before the midterm elections. So, as I've been sharing with you here on the channel, things are going to be ramping up quite a bit here very soon. Now, also, if you missed my last videos on a fourth federal level stimulus check, be sure to check it out as I give you the latest updates, as we're hearing it's probably going to be very likely that we will see more stimulus checks here in the near future as we enter into a recession. Now, the timing is very difficult with the way that inflation is, but they're saying it's very likely, economists that is, that stimulus checks will probably need to be sent out yet again. Now, also, if you missed my last video, you might want to check it out. As I mentioned to you, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Joe Manchin, they're working away on a revised Build Back Better bill, but Democrats are now saying, get ready for another reconciliation bill to push through provisions that have been missed in this revised Build Back Better bill. That is right. So there is more on the way here. I'm going to keep you up to date on everything, you guys, but let's go ahead and dive into these articles. Now, before we do, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate the updates, don't forget, smash the like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments. Share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is very quickly hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance, and keep an eye out for that comprehensive list of all checks on all levels. There's not just the federal level checks, but also state, city, and county checks as well, many of which you have to apply for and are only available for a limited amount of time, and people we're hearing are missing out all the time. They don't even know about these programs and don't realize they're eligible. Well, I'm going to make sure that nobody here on my channel misses out. I'm going to get you all the details in a comprehensive list. If you have not yet and you want to get access to this, go to www.reliefroadmap.com, insert your email address, and be added to the list so that way as soon as this comprehensive list of all checks goes live, you can get access right away. So keep an eye out for that. But with that being said, you guys, let's dive into the video footage. Let's first take a look at the breaking news, what came out with Senator Joe Manchin, and then we're going to be hearing from White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain on the current state of the economy, gas prices, and them moving right away to get more done so that that approval can go up and more people can get help. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Allie, let's hit the breaking news that we just got over our emails. I'm sure you saw it as well. Senator Joe Manchin, in fact, testing positive, not the first, not the last, test positive with COVID amidst kind of this march towards the summer recess in the Senate. So much stuff to get done legislatively. Is this going to put a wrench in efforts to get the work done that they need, considering all of the folks that are continuing to test positive?
Yeah, maybe, because this is really a numbers game, especially in a 50-50 Senate, when you have two, potentially three, depending on how Senator Tina Smith is feeling, three Democrats out. It could potentially roil the plans that these senators have to really sprint to the finish, cramming before this August recess to get so many of their agenda items in, not just on that reconciliation package that you mentioned that Senator Joe Manchin was able to broker with Senator Chuck Schumer that encompasses things like Obamacare subsidies as well as prescription drug pricing, but that could potentially be in jeopardy, as well as other things that they want to do on microchip funding, as well as other pieces of their agenda. So there's a few things that this could touch now, but one of the things that I'm thinking of too is this push that we saw over the course of the last week on codifying same-sex marriage. Yeah. You mentioned that it comes after someone like Justice Clarence Thomas says that that was wrongly decided and should be revisited, but it's senators in this building who are saying that too. Senator Ted Cruz just about 2 weeks ago said that decisions on gay marriage and on other things were clearly wrongly decided because of the logic used to overturn Roe versus Wade. So there's now a push coming in bigger bipartisan fashion than we've ever seen before to codify that into law in a preemption of the court. But at the same time, the magic number, as always, is 60. I can probably count to 4 Republicans who are on the record saying that they would support that push. We could probably get to 10 based on guesswork and off-the-record guidance, but it's not exactly clear that they have that magic 60 to do that right now, though I'm told that those conversations continued over the weekend, too.
So there you have it, you guys. Senator Joe Manchin testing positive and them reporting that, yes, this could cause a little bit of issues with scheduling with legislation passing. Now, luckily, they're saying he just has mild symptoms. He's going to be recovering, and they're going to get back on track. Now, I'll keep you up to date on that. Now, also, we heard from White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain, who is also going to be giving us an update on the economy, gas prices, and the approval rating of President Joe Biden. Let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, let's turn a little bit. Let's talk about what every American seems to be feeling, Ron, is gas prices. We know that they have been up, but now gas prices are going down. They have nearly dropped 60 cents, and that's according to AAA. Now, I know that some of my Republican friends were blaming you all when the gas prices were up, and now they're hitting you for taking credit. So what is your take on this?
Well, first of all, the fact that gas prices are coming down in the summer is really extraordinarily rare. I think a lot of families are like the Klain family. When they were younger, we threw the kids in the car, drove across the country in the summer, and to see gas prices falling in July, that's not something you see very often. They've fallen every single day since the summer started. Now, why is that? In part, it's because the president took an action no president ever took, which is he went into the federal stockpile and deployed 1 million barrels a day of oil, and then worked with our allies to get them to match that to a pretty great extent. So we put a lot more oil on the market. That's helping to bring the price down. We've taken other steps to try to increase production. The U.S. is going to pump more oil this year than it did most years that Donald Trump was president. So more oil on the market, more oil being pumped here in the United States, that's having a role in bringing this price down. Last thing is the president's been very clear with the oil and the refinery and the distribution industry in the United States that when the price of global oil comes down, they need to pass that along to consumers. The price of gas should come down even more because the price of oil has come down a great deal. We want to see the price of gas match that and come down even more in the weeks ahead. There are more than 30,000 gas stations in America where gas is $3.99 or lower in more than 30 states in this country. That's progress, but it's not enough, and we need to keep working on this.
As someone who goes to the pump regularly, Ron, I have to agree with you. Before you go, I want to ask about the president's approval ratings. To say the least, they're not ideal. But the reality is that pieces of his agenda are extremely popular. I'm thinking about the bipartisan infrastructure law. I'm thinking about recent gun safety reforms. So where exactly is the disconnect here?
Well, Simone, I think the president's approval rating is kind of a reflection of how people feel about what's going on in the country. And some things in our country aren't going well, not because of what the president did, but in fact because of what the president's fighting against. They want to see him fight for reproductive rights. He is. He signed a very strong executive order about that. Now they want to see if we're going to win that fight. They want to see the president continue to push to bring down the cost of everyday goods. We've got a bill in Congress this week to try to expand the production of computer chips, bring down the cost of automobiles. We've got a bill in Congress in the next few weeks, hopefully, to pass to reduce the price of prescription drugs and reduce the cost of health insurance premiums. So voters, I think voters are always kind of show me, don't tell me. And what they want to see is, are we going to produce on this agenda? Are we going to have success? Are we going to be able to match bringing down the price of gasoline with bringing down the prices of other things, continuing to create jobs? That's the challenge. That's what we've got to deliver on, Simone.
All right. Well, we are a little over 100 days away from the midterm elections, Ron, so we will all be watching. White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain, good to see you, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Simone. Appreciate it.
So there you have it, you guys. Looks like more is going to be on the way here very soon. They're saying they're going to work away, you heard her say, about 100 days until those midterm elections, and there is a lot of pressure mounting around this as they're trying to push through legislation, and we've heard that if they can't, we could see a slew of executive actions and orders coming as well. Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date on everything, but you guys, that is the latest. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a quick second, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. All you got to do is very quickly hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance, and keep an eye out for that comprehensive list of all checks on all levels so you don't miss out on anything. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.